halftime. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Northwestern Wildcats offense will have first crack at this one. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the...
Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Under fire. And he just flat and missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Luna. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be. Nope.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Stanford! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
That is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency. You throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole, not good.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Right on the money. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He slings it deep to the left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You could underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rough.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical day.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Northwestern can score. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on 2nd and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not a...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. To the air. It's Clements. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Runs through a tackle. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Slips through the line. We've reached the break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll leave it with him. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Back to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Wide out trying to get it in. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Stanford to the line, trying to convert on 3rd and inches. He'll go to the sneak. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking downfield on first down. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Snap it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the...
Turning it on! And it's a fumble after that huge gain. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Power football with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. They'll try to put 3 on the board as a field goal unit comes on. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They go to the ground. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Northwestern right back to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Took a shot as he threw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate, and has got to be better to help this guy out.
Pulls it in, and he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll give it to him again. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass, it's Clements. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There he goes. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Stanford going back to work with another first down. To the air on first down. Got his man. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down. Up-tempo for the offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended to be too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The Cardinal come to the line facing 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Punt is on its way. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. To the air, it's Clements. Lofts one high and deep. can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to...
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it for a big play. Touchdown, Northwestern. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys on the farm.
Northwestern will kick it off as we start the third quarter. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Brooks. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Stanford lines up to punt it away. All the way back to the 15. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Off-play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Northwestern ready to dial one up on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's going to throw deep right side. And he's got it at the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Northwestern moving the ball expeditiously. Now from inside the red zone. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Looking downfield, it's Clements. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Sends it downfield. He's got it. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And, man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Off the RPO, complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Stanford to the line, trying to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak for it.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get down.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, we've come to the end of the period, and Northwestern has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. In the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Under fire. Going to try to get, breaks into the open. And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against.
Holding.
A costly penalty. Back up and try it again. Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires deep toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The give on the inside. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the left. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wildcats have this offense rolling. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Clements. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Northwestern! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
It's always interesting how people handle late games. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short.
Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cardinal!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking for space. It's Luna. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Northwestern wants to go quickly. Running back searching for a hole. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Wildcats! And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They'll run it from the gun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
It's a draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Working that left side now. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or you can choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
Snagged in the middle, it's Freeman. Oh, got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
1st and goal, Northwestern.
The give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intent.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
49, Stanford, 17.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game week. And that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.